And we've had this organization since late 2023, where we have presented to many community centers and senior living homes like Evergreen Community Center, as well as Ivy Park Senior Living Home. And we do have a goal of raising awareness to around 1,000 seniors by the end of 2026, hopefully. Thank you.
What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting internet-connected systems, including hardware, software, and data, from digital attacks and unauthorized access.
How many of you here have received a suspicious phone call, email, or text?
Everybody. If somebody hadn't, he doesn't have his cell phone.
So you may be wondering why elders like you are specifically targeted. Well, number one, they're more likely to have more money. They may also be hesitant to report scams out of fear of losing their independence. They're also often perceived as not tech savvy, which makes them easy targets for phone and social media scams. And finally, they may also have cognitive or physical impairments that hinder their judgment.
These are the statistics to losses for seniors from cybercrimes in 2023. There were over complaints in 2023. Complaints over 60, there was 101,000, and then total losses was over 3 billion. The increase from 2022 was 11%, and the average amount of money lost was 33K. And people who lost over 100K were 5K people.
Question. For these.
Oh, we covered that.
Okay.
Which state do you think has the highest number of complaints or loss reported by individuals over 60?
And that's right. So the top losses by state, California was at the top, but with around $643 million in 2023. And the top complaints by state was also California being at the top with around 11,600.
What are some of the most prevalent fraud scams affecting the elderly?
Let's watch this short video from Federal Trade Commission.
Scam artists are pretending to be IRS officials to get your money. They'll call, email, or text you, claiming you owe back taxes, but there's a problem with your tax return. They even bring caller ID to make the call look official. They play on your fears. They threaten to take your driver's license or sue, arrest, or deport you. They want you to pay fast. What's the truth? The truth is the IRS's first contact with you will always be a letter in the mail. It's not a phone call, email, or text message. They won't insist that you pay with a prepaid debit card, a wire transfer, or cashier's check. Now you know. Has an IRS imposter contacted you? Report it at ftc.gov/imposters.
So a couple examples of common government impersonation scams may include IRS imposter scams, Medicare imposter scams, and finally Social Security Administration imposter scams.
An IRS imposter scam will be you receiving a call or voicemail warning that authorities will arrest you if you don't pay money you owe to the IRS. The caller will claim you have unpaid taxes and threaten jail time or other penalties. They may demand immediate payment to avoid arrest or legal action, and scammers often use caller IDs, spoofing to appear legitimate. The IRS will never contact you by phone for immediate payment. They will always send you written notifications first.
Medicare imposter scam. Scammers call, email, text, or social media messages claiming to 1. Alert you that your new Medicare benefits care is ready, 2. Offering to help you sign up for or change your plans, and 3. That you're eligible for a medical device you didn't realize you needed.
And finally, the Social Security Administration imposter scam is where you can get a call, email, text, or a social media message warning that either your Social Security benefits are about to expire or that they will be suspended because you owe money for a reason you weren't previously aware.
Please remember, if someone you don't know immediately starts pressuring you on the phone, in a text, or another way, that's a huge red flag.
Common tactics that indicate a scam. First, establishing
Credibility.
building rapport, threatening you, demanding payment, and never trust the number on your caller ID or the email address in your inbox.
So you may be wondering, how do I avoid such government imposter scams? Number 1, you should hang up. Whether you recognize the number on the caller ID or not, immediately end any call from someone you don't know. And number 2 would be to delete. Even if the sender's address appears to be from a government agency, don't open it. Instead, send it directly to your trash folder. And finally, the best thing to do is really just ignore. If you receive a text or direct message on social media from the IRS, Social Security Administration, Medicare, or Federal Trade Commission, or other government account, don't reply.
Remember, be proactive. If you're concerned that a government agency is legitimately trying to reach you, be proactive. Look up. Look up the agency's contact information for yourself and go to their official website. Don't rely on your caller ID or an email you received and get in touch that way.
What should you do if you've been scammed by a government imposter? 1. Report what happened. You may call the National Elder Fraud Hotline at 833-FRAUD-11. Alert the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, online or by phone at 877-FTC-HELP. And finally, if criminals get their hands on your personal information, your money, or both, the FTC offers a step-by-step advice on what to do.
So please note, if the IRS, Social Security Administration, Medicare, or any other government agency needs you, they will always send a letter.
Sweepstake and lottery scams. 1. You must pay to claim your prize. Scammers claim paying will increase the odds of winning. Asking for financial information. Scammers will send a fake check and ask you to send some of the money back. And scammers will also pressurize you to act now in order to claim the prize.
Prevention tips. First, approach. Approach unexpected prize claims with skepticism. Next, verify. Verify legitimacy of the lottery or sweepstake organization independently. Consult the organization's website or published information, not the message from the sender. Next, don't share. Don't share personal financial information with unsolicited contacts. And lastly, do not send. Do not send money or make payments to claim a prize.
Another type of scam is the tech support scam. Tech support scammers use many different scare tactics to trick you into unnecessary technical support services to supposedly fix your device or software problems that don't exist as follows. They may do this by phone calls, pop-up warnings on the computer, or even online ads and listings in search result pages or specific websites.
How to recognize a tech support scam. A fake security pop-up message appears to be asking to call a number. Unsolicited phone calls. Suspicious emails, text messages with malicious links. Requesting remote access. creating a sense of urgency, and requesting immediate payments.
Prevention tips. Do not click any links or call a number that pops up on your screen warning of a computer problem. Hang up on unexpected calls from anyone who claims to be tech support. Don't believe your caller ID. It can be easily spoofed. Never give control of your computer or share your passwords, financial information with anyone who contacts you. Keep your security software up to date. And lastly, if you need help, contact a computer technician that you trust. Don't just rely on an online search.
Another type of scam is the romance and sweetheart scam. In this type of scam, criminals pose as interested romantic partners on social media or dating websites. They also will try to establish a romantic relationship, eventually asking you for money. And these could also be confidence scams, luring a victim to be a good friend.
How to recognize a romance or sweetheart scam. A stranger approaching you online. Someone who is hesitant to meet in person. Someone who establishes a quick, close connection through texts, emails, and phone calls. Or if they request money through untraceable and unregulated money transfers, such as gift cards, money orders, cryptocurrency, cash transfer apps like Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. When they ask for money in small amounts at first and for seemingly honest reasons. And finally, odd and poor use of grammar and slang that native English speakers will not use.
Prevention tips. Ask questions. Spot inconsistencies that might reveal an imposter. Discuss your new love interest with family and friends. Heed their concerns. Be wary of flirtatious and overly complimentary emails. If suspecting a swindler, cut contact immediately. Report the scammer to the dating profile. Stay cautious even if you initiate contact. Scammers lurk everywhere. Share minimal personal info in your dating profile or online chats. And lastly, never send money or gift cards to online-only contacts.
So if you think you're a victim of an online scam or cyber attack, what do you need to do? Well, for one, you should always be vocal about your experiences. You shouldn't feel embarrassed about what happened, because likely it would have happened to someone you know as well. You should also report the incident to the Internet Crime Center, also known as IC3, at the Internet Crime Complaint Center homepage. You can also report it to the FBI nearest field office using the electronic tip form, which is available on Google, and even the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, is another option. You should also contact your local law enforcement agency to file a report and notify your financial institutions. And the best thing you can do is also install a trusted antivirus software on your computer and make sure to update it on a regular basis. Thank you for listening.
I think we still have time. So if there's any question, I'm sure, or discussion.
Can you recommend any antiviral software which we should be using? Because that is in itself a scam. What virus software we should use?
Because some people often scam you through pop-ups or ads, you can install pop-up blockers or like ad blockers on your computer so that you won't be receiving those sudden messages.
But to protect our laptops, which antivirus program we should install? Can you recommend any? Because there are zillion.
There are a couple of famous softwares. One is the Norton antivirus, and the other one is the Kaspersky. That is another antivirus. Can you tell them more?
I think saying the software is a Norton. Norton. So that's a very trusted software company on that.
And there's another one also. Kaspersky. Yes.
Oh, I use another one that was very good for many years. Norton, I had a problem. So I don't remember the name. My